Welcome, brothers and sisters. You know, in the Bible, there's a situation that Jesus talked about where he said, about people who put themselves in the front row. And he says, don't do that, because it may be reserved for other special people. But at the same time, he was also saying, I think he was saying that those people, everybody move forward is what it boils down. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's all move forward. Let us, as we, the expression is, let us be close in and warm. Okay? Let us come together and move forward. Most of our brothers and sisters, as you can see, are in Las Vegas, attending our True Mother, and we are the remnant, but it's such a special one, and we are the faithful. So please, if you can, come forward and to make our voices heard. So with that, so, with that, let us begin by singing our anthem, okay?
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Hope you're having a great morning. We're all going to sing the Chinaguk anthem, so please join us. With new tidings of hope, may the world live in a
Dearest Heavenly Parent, our mind and hearts are with our brothers and sisters who are in Las Vegas at this time attending our True Mother. There are, the people here. We are open and desirous of hearing your word from our pastor, and that Heavenly Parent, always we want to be not only in attendance to our True Mother, but also in attendance to each other, as we really want to reflect your nature, give your heart to one another, and beyond that, to carry it on beyond these walls to the people that we meet throughout our experiences. And with that, Heavenly Parent, I ask your blessing on this gathering, and I report this in the name of Michael and Susanna Kenza, Blessed Central Family. Achu.
Hosannas evermore, sing the glory
Next we'll be hearing a word from our pastor in Las Vegas, and it is via video. And we are grateful for June being able to provide the situation for us to see this. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you. Good to see you. I am coming to you from this morning in Las Vegas. As you can see, possibly you recognize, this is IPEC. Mother is right up there, if you could see through walls. And we're so excited that we're with her during this time. I have to apologize, my voice is gone, and you can probably tell. It's been an intense few days, and I'm trying my best to hold on to my voice, but it seems to be escaping me. So Takayo is also here, and we're very grateful. We miss you all, and we hope to see you very soon. And I know when we come back, there will be a lot more inspiration to share, not just from us, but from many others. So I appreciate everyone who has been dedicating to keep service running while those that could be here are here. And for our entire staff, our entire team. So thank you very much. And I might be coughing here and there throughout this sermon today, so I apologize. Anyway, it's been exciting. I've been here for the last 4 days with Takayo, 4 or 5 days, and Mother's been here since October 4th, also has been here, and so we've had a chance to be relatively close to her and to have opportunities to see her. But the particular purpose for why we came is I'm serving on the national team for ACLC and Takayo for WCLC. So we come typically to support the programs that happen that revolve around the clergy, our Christian pastors. And of course, ACLC has been around for 23 years now, and it's True Parents initiative to bring about a united federation of churches centered on True Parents, centered on Father and Mother Moon, whom we affectionately call True Parents for those that are new, because we believe that they were called and sent by God to be able to bring humanity back into the family and the bosom of our Heavenly Parent, God, our Heavenly Parent. So their most primary responsibility in their life was to bring people into relationship with God as their Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent. So that's the profound gift that they've given to humanity through the blessing and through their life and how they've lived. And we're bringing our pastors, our Christian pastors, into an awakening with that too. And it's, as you can imagine, it's kind of challenging. It's interesting to serve this role, but it's very exciting. And I want to share some of that excitement with you all today. This will be a different kind of sermon, you may say, a different kind of expression. And so I want to share a little bit of what has been taking place here in Las Vegas through the form of some videos. And I want to show you what's going on right outside of this room right now. So you may hear some background noise, and I think it will excite you. So I'll play this video. You can see it one more time. I'll show you. You see this sea of people. There is a sea of people right outside of my room, and has been. And you can see there's one, they're all young people, especially Uncle Jose here, who has had a chance to be here this weekend because he's helping with ACLC. So God bless you, Uncle Jose Burgosa. And it's amazing. We have over 1,100 youth here in Las Vegas this weekend to see True Mother. That's it, to see True Mother. And so this morning, they'll be meeting True Mother. And actually, right after this, I'll be going because Takayo and I are going to be presenting a gift for her today. So it's very exciting. Now, the main purpose for why we're here being ACLC, it's interesting. Our True Mother has been sharing a lot of key words about our Christian pastors as of recently. And I know I've shared some of those with you. That's why in this 6-month period of expanding the realm of our True Mother's Embrace, which is our motto for the next 6 months now, 4 months, the first is Christianity. Our first and a major pillar of effort is Christianity. And that's because our True Mother has been specifically requesting for the pastors to rise up. Her expectation is incredible. Her expectation is that they become members of Family Federation. Her expectation is that they become one. You know, she never asked them to change their denomination. She never asked them to remove themselves from their current organizational structure. She never asked for those things. She asked that they can become part of the family, and I'll share a little more about that. But Reverend Abernathy would say that I don't want to be one of our main Christian pastors. He said, I don't want to be a John the Baptist anymore. I want to be part of the family. And so our True Mother is specifically requesting for Christianity for that, for this purpose. And that's the mindset that we came into this experience with. So I'll show a few photos. The first thing that we did when we brought these pastors, it was a selective group. So it wasn't, the most public crowd that we brought. And so the first thing as they walked into the program, you imagine maybe we did some praise and worship, maybe we had some introduction. We had almost no introduction. I was shocked. The first thing we did was we brought them to the Chonchimwan. We brought them to pray in the Las Vegas Chonchimwan. So this is our prayer hall that we have here in Vegas. And we have also in Los Angeles, so please after service, go pray in the prayer hall. And admittedly, it's a very intense place. Even some of our own family members have a tough time digesting its intensity. And it's very upfront, it's very personal. And it's been crafted that way to be a space where people can directly commune with God, our Heavenly Parent, and with True Father in the spiritual world, and then feel the vibration, kind of the rebirthing vibration with our True Mother there, with Hyojinim, Hunjinim, Daemonim, the other photos that are there in the Chonchimwan. And of course, to bring a Christian pastor there, one might feel kind of afraid. It's a scary thing. We're asking them to step into a new world, a new experience. So the first thing we did was bring them there to pray. And I'm always so shocked how deeply the pastors pray in the Chonchimwan. And some of them express at times that, it's uncomfortable with the photos, but they always testify to how they feel the Holy Spirit there, how they feel the presence of God there. And so they let go, and I see them lift their hands over time. You see them lift their hands, and then they're praying, and then I always also see them. We're praying, and then usually Chonchimwan prayers are very long, and then at some point they finish praying, and then our leaders are still praying, and so then they start to uncomfortably look around. It's like, oh gosh, is this still going on? Are we still gonna go for another 4, 5, 6 minutes? And but it's always so beautiful, and they walk out with such inspiration. So it testifies to me one important thing, and that's that oftentimes we project the fear. We project our fear onto those who we assume will have the same fear that we hold, or will embrace all the fears that we hold that they're going to feel when they walk into places of such holiness. And actually, oftentimes it's the opposite. Oftentimes it's the exact opposite. And because our fear puts us in a place where we can't feel the sensitivity of how God is moving. So powerful. So immediately after that, they walked into the other room, and with almost no introduction, we invited Professor Jin Chun Kim, who we had last week, to give his lecture on the only begotten daughter and the theology of our true parents. And so intense lectures, and they received that too. They had many questions. They had lots of questions, admitted, but it was good. It was almost as if we were letting everything be known, as our True Mother has asked. Let them know everything. Reveal the truth was her keyword. So also I want to acknowledge that True Mother did come to Chonchimwan, and it was beautiful. There was 2 photos taken. One was this one. The other one, Takayo and I were here. But I love this photo. Our True Mother is here with the entire entourage. But I love this photo because Uncle Jose is right here next to True Mother again. Uncle Jose is everywhere. He's more present than any of our pastors. It's awesome. Uncle Jose has been blessed. So close. And Mother was so happy at this time. And also, you see here we had key Japanese leaders were there. And why that's important is we spent actually a few nights with them while we were here, praying together in the Chonshimon. And Mother had asked all the Japanese core leaders to come. So this is Reverend Bang. He's the chairman of the Japanese movement. Then you have Reverend Tanaka, who is the president of the Japanese movement. And then you have President Takeuchi, Reverend Takeuchi, and he's the vice president of Japan and the movement. And so they all came on Mother's request. Why? We don't know. It was out of the blue. She asked them to come to Las Vegas, to America. And spiritually, we could feel, America is this place where unity can take place between the father and mother. And so all the Korean leaders, of course, were there. And then you have Reverend Nigi-san, who is the core spiritual leader of the Korean movement. And so all of these groups converging together and together with the pastors as well. And what Mother asked of them to do, of course, hearing reports and spending time with her, was to pray. She expressed that, the key people, the names of the key people that we need to pray for, we need to pray for them. We need to chant their name 1,000 times in the Chonchim. That's what she told us to do. And so every night, the reason my voice is gone is because every night, for 3 nights, we chanted this one man's name, this one man who is a critical person for the decision-making of the Japanese, the future of the Japanese movement and all the contentious things that are happening since the tragedy with Prime Minister Abe, all the challenges that our community is facing. I shared last week all about that in Japan, and she asked us to pray that person's name 1,000 times. So we're praying this man's name 1,000 times together in the Chonchimon. And gosh, it was so deep. It was also hilarious because everyone's chanting this name, and it's a very difficult Japanese name. And so by the end of the chants, we can't even remember what the man's name was. We're just chanting what we think the name. It's like a telephone charade. We're still going, and then over time, we're trying to get back to what was his actual name. It was so powerful that we were there together with them, and they're so sincere. I've noticed that they're not. When I'm with them, I don't feel like they're the type of people that are expected to be, treated super well, or they're so humble is the point. And you can feel that. And I also, like Tanaka-san, I could feel just how much weight he was carrying all the time. He's a soft-spoken man, actually. And he's carrying the weight of the Japanese movement. He's the face. So he's the one that's talking to the media all the time and getting berated. So, we pray for them. We continue to write our letters, and we continue to support. And we can take care of our Japanese family. And I felt so much hope after the chanting, actually. I thought, wow, actually, we can do this. We could do this. So powerful. Wanted to acknowledge, this is us in the Chonchimon again. And right before we met True Mother, this was yesterday, we had a major intention. We wanted to bring these key pastors to the table of the family. We're family. And so Mother expressed over the course of the last few years 5 major requests to the pastors. We boiled it down. We digested it, and then we got the core team fully on board with this. And then every member that came, every Christian pastor that came was onboarded with this before they even came. But when we got there, we made it very, very plain, very plain. These are the 5 requests from our True Mother. 1, that as a member of Family Federation, that your church would raise the Family Federation flag. 2, that as a church, you would contribute to Family Fed as well. That's a financial contribution to show your substantial support. 3, receive and share the blessing, both vertically and horizontally, meaning the road to becoming a Chumbo blessed family. In our community, we believe you can restore your ancestors, because God wants everybody back in his bosom. So if our ancestors made mistakes, we can restore them. And so sharing the blessing with them, and also the blessing of marriage. Then reveal the truth of God in this era, and the most fundamental truth being that the only begotten daughter is here. She's here. Our true parents are here. She's here. Heavenly Parent is moving and directly governing things here. So we're asking them to share this word, share this truth. And then lastly is establish a Chuncheon prayer hall. Wow. So we brought them here, but our expectation is for them to build it in their church. So these are mothers' requests to the pastors. Wow. But when I read these, I think, gosh, holy smokes. Well, that's intense. But that's what a family does. And a family doesn't hold back from allowing people to be distant. Many people criticize our work, perhaps, that we haven't done enough with these pastors, or they're not fully with our true parents, and things like that. Well, for one, I severely disagree, because I work with these pastors. I know their love. I actually find that the limitation is that we're not willing ourselves to push them, not willing us as those of the unification community, part of the family already. We know these things. We've done these things. And we are actively doing them. But we don't place the same expectation on the people that we are calling and asking to become family with us, together with our true parents. So Dr. Abernathy got on that stage, fully committed, committing himself first to all of these things. He's actually building his Chuncheon prayer hall right now. And we have already one Chuncheon built in one of the Christian churches. It's not a small church either. It's just, as big as our church. And they have a Chuncheon prayer hall now. And it's growing, it's happening. At first, it was really intense. Tense. It was you could feel it even with the core team. Oh, this is a lot. You're asking us a lot. You're asking us to really be a part of the family. That's not something that we're comfortable with. But after Dr. Abernathy testified powerfully, especially we shared Mother's heart. This is Mother's heart. This is her wish. The filial sensitivity that these pastors have. They have such a filial sensitivity awoke. So, as difficult as this was, they placed their relationship with their mother higher than that. Higher than the challenge of, these pastors have to go to their teams. I have a team, I have staff. I can't make any decision without the staff. So these guys cannot make a decision to contribute their church's extra donations or whatever, to the missions of Family Federation. They can't do that unless they talk to their staff. They can't dedicate a room to a prayer hall unless they talk to their staff. And so this goes beyond them. And but their filial heart went higher than, could go higher than that. And I think that's actually such a key we have to learn in our own lives. Is that as difficult as things may get, and as challenging as we may see things as we look at them, we can overcome everything with a filial heart. Everything can be overcome with the heart that loves our parents. With the heart that loves our parents. Now, this goes towards even our own parents. There's many of our younger generation, admittedly myself was in this boat too, that really struggled with our families, really struggled with my parents. But the filial heart has to be able to overcome those things, no matter what we are challenged with. Of course, there's things that there's no, I'm not saying we're justifying what has been done. Not at all. But the filial heart can overcome all things, if we can cultivate the heart that, you're my mom, you're my dad, and that's what matters more than anything else. That is the most I can say from True Parents and True Father's words. He said he searched the universe and he came to a conclusion that the center of it all is the parent-child relationship. That means the center of everything, the most inbred fundamental nature of our life is that we are a child to a parent who tried their best to love us, or is trying their best to love us. And that is the most healing thing that we can connect to. That's why Mother's asking us to find Hyoja, the heart of filial piety. So our pastors they felt it. These are difficult, but I can take this on because I love my mother. So then we met your mother. We met. And at first we didn't even know if we would meet her, actually. But it turned out we met her and we had a whole program. It was beautiful. I was happy because I was a program director. So if it went bad, it would be on me. And at one point, Damien was not happy because things were not put together well enough and thorough enough. But it worked out beautifully. We barely had a run through. Somehow, God guided the whole thing. And True Mother shared amazing words. And what she shared with them was exactly what I just said now. That's why I was alluding to it. Her final message to them was, I'm not your spiritual mother. She said these words. I don't know the exact transcript. It was just the translation, but it said it like this. I'm not your spiritual mother. I am your mother. This is a parent-child relationship. That's what she shared. That was her concluding words. And she's asking them to support her 100% and to be with her 100%. Particularly, the point is she wants the pastors to reveal the truth. She used these words a few times this weekend. Reveal the truth of Heavenly Parent. She said the essence of Heavenly Parent, the essence of Jesus, the truth of the providence. And she focused, as she does, on the only begotten daughter of God. And so that was her message to the pastors, and we'll get a real transcript later, and we'll get to read that more. Feel that. Her core point was, please know that you're my children. So please know, brothers and sisters, you're True Mother's children. Maybe you don't get to see her, but as I've mentioned before, through her words, through her speeches, through her life, and through spiritual encounter, you can have this experience. You can. And it's precious. So many of the pastors were crying because they could meet Mother. One pastor was saying that for 7 years she had been waiting for this moment. And they'd received the blessing. They received the cosmic blessing from True Mother with her husband. They weren't married. They decided we won't marry until Mother blesses us herself. So they got married by Mother, and they've been waiting for 7 years to have this moment with her. And it was a dream come true. The filial heart is everything. It's everything. And the filial sons, they know how to move the mother's heart. This is T.L. Barrett singing You Are So Beautiful to True Mother. And I wanted to show a video, but I didn't get it in time. So I'll show you one day. Beautiful video of T.L. singing. And he changed the words, You are so beautiful, True Mother. And we know Mother loves this song. And then we had pastors give testimony. And she was so moved. This is the couple that established the Chungcheon in their church already, the Dudleys. And both of them testified, they've been reading her memoir. And it's no accident that they're here. And they expressed, for 60 years, they've been preparing for this moment to meet the mother of humankind, is what they said, the mother of humankind. So beautiful testimonies. And we were looking at Mother during this time, and she was crying. And she was visibly crying. Everyone was watching her cry as she was seeing the testimonies. Right before this was Dr. Abernathy and his couple testifying their commitment. And at the end of it, we had 3 couples stand in front of Mother with Patriarch Stallings guiding. Lewis, Archbishop Lewis, the Rouse couple, Abernathy couple, holding the Family Federation flag in there like this, like a sash. And they all expressed their commitment, 100% commitment to do what she asked, to be a child, reveal the truth, expand the realm of her embrace. And as they did that, of course, Mother's so moved. And then right at the end of it, everybody opened up their flags in front of Mother, opened up their own Family Federation flag in front of True Mother and waved it in front of her like this. And so all of a sudden, one side of the room just kind of exploded with flags. And then I think we had 2 people in the back with flags waving like this. It was really like a profound moment. And even in the front, they all lifted and opened up their flags and all around. And then right after them, we had a signed flag with all of our pastor's signatures. And you can see I'm right there. This was the closest I've been recently to Mother. And shared this signed flag with her. And and then we were able to give it. And so usually, I was really surprised because usually Mother never takes the actual gift. She touches it, and then we take it to the side. But she, this time, took it and then kept it. So she kept this gift, and we're so grateful because, to give this gift, it requires a tray, a tray for it to hold on to. And I had misplaced this tray minutes before, I'm looking at the guy, minutes before the program started. And we were frantically, Takayo was calling the Chuncheon staff, and we're looking everywhere. This is totally my fault. I put it down, and I couldn't find it. And just minutes before this program had we were halfway through the program, this was coming up. Then Takayo and some staff, they found it, and they could bring it back. And we had this tray, so Mother could take the gift because of this tray. I was so stressed out, but this was a moment of victory. So, and then Mother said thank you to Reverend Kotula, and she took it. And with tears in her eyes, Reverend Kotula saw her say thank you for this. So, a beautiful, beautiful moment in our providential history with these pastors. And I think I have two more photos to show. And this is everybody all together in the room. As you can see, Uncle Jose is right there, and Uncle Nikolai, and all of our team. From LA, we have Bishop Kinney's couple, and we had Blinky Williams there, and that was who was from Los Angeles, and of course guided by Naoksan Madoka and Reverend Tang. And so this is our final moment with Mother, and Mother was so happy. She was so happy. And I led us in Okmanse, and it was a final beautiful moment with her. So I want to thank you all, because these things we can do, but actually without the prayers and your support, it's not possible. And we feel that, we know that, and we know each one of you wanted to be here, and the chance will come. I think she'll feel more comfortable in the years to come, or the months to come, to meet more people. This was kind of a test. This was the first time she gathered everyone in a long time, and a lot of security issues. We have a protester right outside, and you just don't know, and Japanese media was here. They were trying to sneak in, and they were trying to ruin everything. They were trying to film Mother, all this stuff, like negative media, all this, and I think we'll be able to see her again. So don't worry. In the meantime, let's have spiritual encounters with her. And I tell you, the way to have a spiritual encounter with your Mother is walk according to her desire. As a child, walk according to her will. And she's asking us. We have 3 points in LA that I think were reaffirmed as we've been here with Mother. So I'm going to hold on to them, and we're going to double down on them now when we get back. It's Christianity, Monterey Park, restoration of the local area. We have to substantially restore the area around our church facility itself. We have to create an environment, meaning the point is in creating an environment. We have to clean up those streets somehow, take care of the kids out there. And in the meantime, we take care of our own. And so we want to create the environment inside the church, and that's our third point. We call it Hyojang World. Is create an environment for our next generation. We have to invest. We have to double down on this. So Mother's asking all the next generation to meet here. She's going to say some things, so I'll have more to share later. Takaya too. We'll have a lot to testify to, and your children too. I hope the young adults especially, they showed out today. And a lot of our also new generation, next gen, who never met Mother before. So we'll have a lot more to share, but we're doubling down on that. You walk according to her desire. You'll have spiritual encounter. You have deep transformational experiences. And I hope that's my hope for each one of us, that in our filial relationship with true parents, that, we don't need to rely on the testimonies that we had. I hope we can find new testimonies because of personal experiences we're having as we're walking now. So I thank you all. I'm going to head off now to a rehearsal to give a gift to Mother. Takaya is going to come here for a moment. We're going to wave you goodbye. She's been on the side preparing. We love you all. Thank you so much. God bless you. Takaya, say something?
Thank you, everyone. See you soon.
We love you all. God bless you. Bye.
Wow, what a report. So at this time, let's take this opportunity to share with one another about what we just encountered, and we'll come together in a few more minutes. there are several things that are happening here in this humble congregation we have. And there are going to be some surprises. I know one person is going to be surprised right now because he told me earlier that this was his last service here in Los Angeles because he's going to be joining his family in Atlanta. So actually, it's not just Jules, but both he and his wife. Please come up here and give some kind of experience words for us. Come on. He's not the only one going. No, go over there. Is this live? Is the podium live? Okay, go to the podium. Jules, go to the podium.
Okay, I'm prepared to speak for us. Oh gosh, I mean this is hard. Yeah, yesterday actually I just said goodbye to my fellow Walmartians, and it was kind of sad, you know. Got some hugs and stuff. And anyway, now I have to say goodbye to you guys, at least in some way, you know, at least in a face-to-face, regular every Sunday type of way. And I feel sad. It's at the same time it's a new adventure. Of course, we're embarking on a new adventure, and a lot of things to look forward to, but also I'll never forget you guys. You've raised our son, you've raised us in many ways, right? And you've always been really good friends and good fellow travelers, fellow soldiers. I love all of you. You've been such a wonderful family to us. We're sad in that way to leave you, and I'm sure as always, we always encounter each other here or there, whatever, whether it be in Russia or whether it be somewhere in the United States or wherever, all kinds of parts of the world. We run into each other. It's amazing. Thank you all very much, and God bless you, everybody, so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. I came back from Russia 2002. It's been 21 years in here. So our child grown up, and then your people really taking care of us so much. We're so grateful. Thank you very much.
So when I was at the seminary, we had a professor that said, you need to be able to pray, preach, or perish. And so Jules is getting a taste of that right now. But another person might get another taste of that because there was something that happened yesterday as well. And so I'm going to ask him to come up and give his impressions of that. And he may not know that right now, but that is Dan Halal.
Thank you.
I know you're angry.
Yesterday we had a program in Torrance called the
Your
Settlement Project. Yes, that's right. We both worked together. It was organized by Jack Ashworth with a lot of help from Bob Spitz, Ray Martin, Keith McCarthy was the MC. We had special guests, Frank Kaufman from the East Coast, and sort of the star of the show was Bill Gertz, who's a writer with the Washington Times. The topic was the Asian American situation, specifically the threat from communist China at the current time. But also we had a lot of people concerned about especially the public school situation, many of the new laws which are affecting our children. Um, there were probably 50 of us, I would say, but we had Christians, Muslims, Koreans, Japanese, Chinese, just a wide range of attendees, and it was very powerful, and they were all energized. There were representatives of the Epic Times, which is an online and print news source. One of their vice presidents, right, was there. They live streamed the event, and midway through reported to us that they had over 16,000 hits just on the morning session. So if you're familiar with the Epic Times, you can go online and probably view some information regarding that. But it was very hopeful, very powerful, and I'm glad we could be a part of it.
Thank you so much. So many things are happening. So even though things are happening in Las Vegas, there are things that are happening here as well. I wasn't planning on this either, but some people, when they see me, they always are asking me about Camp Mazumdar, and there's work that is going on there as well. And for example, there was a wedding that occurred about a month ago, I guess is what it was, and it was very very touching to see that they used the pillars of God. What happened is that this one visitor, saw the property, and she was profoundly moved by it. She said, "Well, if I ever get married again, I want to be married here." And just so happened that the person with her made it happen. And so we had that experience there. But also, too, next week, there's the local Crestline Historical Society is going to be providing 2 tours, a morning tour and an afternoon tour to the people of the community of Crestline and the surrounding areas. And then there's an ongoing construction work there that we're really trying to revive the camp, bring it back to its original glory. And there are a number of people who are part of this community that joined our movement up there. And for me, the reason why I'm so involved in this is because I had a profound experience a long time ago. Let's just use that. I'm not going to do the math right now. But anyway, attending workshop was a life-changing experience. Going up into and out into nature is a life-changing experience. It's where we really make that connection with God. I can recall discussing it with Nate Winman, who did join up there, and his testimony is that he's an authority on the principle, but he said that's not what really moved me. It's God speaking to him through nature. And so I really encourage everybody that's here, if you have if you take some time and maybe go up there. We've cleaned up the place a little bit. There are changes there. Reverend Morales did an amazing thing in terms of sustaining the property. I believe that I saw he provided the spiritual revival for the property, and now we're moving on to making it more substantial. Other things, I'm taking this time. I see it. You don't see it, but I see this clock up here that is by June. And you know something? We don't appreciate him enough. He has been doing this for an awful long time, and so when everybody went to Las Vegas, June stepped in and managed all the technical things that make this possible. And I think we really do need to express a deep gratitude for him, because no one, you know, so, okay, he's waving for those of you who can't see. You know, so there is that part. And then another person that is constantly here every weekend doing things. Poor person, she's going to be embarrassed, but, you know, Amy, you know, is always faithful. And we need to, you know, give credit where credit's due. And then Shikeko-san, she's outside in the patio. You know, but there are many people that are not, I wouldn't say so many, but there are people behind the scenes that we don't see, but they do so much, and they make such a profound offering to what happens here in this church. And another one I'm looking at right now, or I just glanced upon, but is Shoko-san. Poor. She makes so many things happen. And so there's that. And I know that I am, oh yeah, and also we can't ignore Carol Takar. And, you know, but these are the faithful beyond faith. And I know that I may be ignoring, I can't, how can we skip the other person, our bookkeeper, Yoshiko-san. So, you know, and then other faithful people that are always pushing us to witness and to be out there and promoting everything that is happening here. And I'm thinking of Steve, you know, our brother over here, that constantly has been constantly, I know he pushes me to go out and witness, to go out and fundraise and do all these other, you know, things, but he's always faithful in that. We need to really, you know, be grateful for our brothers and sisters in this way, because some do great things. You know, we see Joshua, Reverend Holmes up here, and Takayo, and that's an amazing couple. But at the same time, there are so many things that are happening amongst us, and that we really need to be grateful for. And now that since Katrine walked in, we have to talk about the food providence as well. Give her credit. So, and every person that is here right now, I mean, I could go down the list. I'm looking out at the crowd. Yeah, it is a crowd. And people who sit in the back, the chins, but here all the time, and always serving our brothers and sisters. Anyway, it's 10:30 right now, 10:31, and it's time for, I guess, the choir to come up and offer, well, I'll offer a closing prayer, and then please, as I'm doing that, please come up, and then we can offer our closing song. But let us pray. Heavenly Parent, just as we see many great things happening on a so large of a level, and yet, Heavenly Parent, none of those things could be possible if it wasn't for the micro, for the small things that each one person, each individual does to make this a wonderful place to be. And so, as we go out today and as we go out this week, we really ask your blessing upon each person, whether they be here in this room or elsewhere. And for the people, we pray for the people that are in Las Vegas, that they can have a safe journey back here, and that we can gather together next week and have a glorious meeting. And with that, I humbly offer this blessing upon each of us, and I report this in the name of Michael and Susanna Ganza, Blessed Central Family, Julie.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Let's all join in singing the Song of the Heavenly Soldiers.
a great week. Bye-bye now.
God found his chosen people in the eastern land of morning sun, shining brightly for the world to see. The purple was a showering light away. Come, ye people all around the world, let's unite into one. Let's achieve the cherished desire, true love for all humanity. Unite, let's unite into one. Bring about one heavenly Korea, for eternal peace and happiness. Souls of peace now come together, far beyond the bounds of permanency. Build for God a heavenly new world, giving joy and liberty to all. Peace ambassadors all around the world, let's unite into one. Let's achieve the cherished desire, true peace for all humanity. Unite, let's unite into one. Bring about one heavenly Korea, with eternal peace and happiness. Hand in hand the two Koreas, with the shining age of love and hope. From Mount Hala to Mount Baekdu, realizing peaceful unity. Come, ye people, the people of humanity, let's unite.